In the year 33 AD, the Thursday before Good Friday, Pontius Pilate brought two defendants on the steps of the court. He then asked the public to vote. They voted. When the votes were tallied, Jesus lost the vote to Barabbas. Almost a unanimous decision. Overwhelmingly. Jesus got 13 votes. Barabbas got 27. Barabbas and his crew, or the Barabbas-minded crew, went on to govern through a high priest by the name of Caiaphas. The story I'm telling is the Easter story that we are celebrating today. But not lost in that whole story is the persons who voted that day voted to get rid of someone who did as much as he could have done for the people of his nation. He healed the sick, he gave them bread, he comforted those that were homeless, but that was not enough. When it was time to vote, they went and voted for change. Not too long before that story, Jesus, sitting on the mount with his disciples, gave a prediction. He said not one stone would be left upon this temple that will stand on one another. In AD 70, between AD 70 and AD 75, Titus of the Flavian dynasty conquered Jerusalem. They burned the city to the ground, and many thousands died. The persons who were in charge were still those who were voted for on the day that when they got the chance to vote, voted for Barabbas. In other words, Barabbas party members were in charge when Titus took the city and burned the temple. There is a story in that for Trinidad and Tobago. On April 28, 2025, the Barabbas-minded people went out and voted for change. In spite of everything that was done before, unlike Jesus, the PNM was never a perfect party, but at least they tried to be honest. But just like Barabbas, we all identify with crooks at times, because the crook don't have to tell the truth. The crook have no standard. The crook only has one thing in mind: steal, kill, and destroy. In Trinidad, Kamala is the leader of the crooks. Kamala is the Barabbas prototype that will eventually lead this country into destruction, just the same way that Caiaphas' descendants did. Flavius Josephus gave an account of what happened in the city of Jerusalem before the city fell. things became so bad that people started eating their own children. The men who were supposed to be holy and upright, who were supposed to lead the country out of devastation, kept all the food for themselves. They killed those that they thought had some kind of foodstuff in their cupboards in order to get through. And they used the forces that they had in order to get what they wanted. Trinidad and Tobago right now are in the very exact place. We voted Barabbas, and Barabbas is doing what Barabbas does: steal, kill, and destroy. So over this Easter weekend, while some of us are celebrating, or some of us are sitting and reflecting on our lives and what we can do differently, just remember, Jesus too lost a vote, and the winners govern the country into destruction.